Welcoming you back to Crypto's juiciest news, baby dolls. Crypto taking a bit of a wee tumble. We've got Jams Wynn getting liquidated. We got more cracker news from Chomley. The forward-looking indicators for the business cycle, are they still good? We've got some other useless junk like Robinhood listing Pooey. I've got more stuff from the Antichrist, Peter Thiel. I've got so much coming your way, friends. I'm even going to just start off by telling you, we now officially have the world state-first stablecoin. It is in, I think, the nation of Wyoming. A wonderful nation that is. And yeah, so a StableCoin SuperCycle, friends, it's actually like happening now. We've been talking about it for a long time. Now they actually have listed a stablecoin. It's got a trashy ticker as well, FRNT. But we'll speak more about that later. We have Bitcoin, friends. It's now a red monthly candle. This is it, red monthly candle. Remember, we still got 10 days to go. Bitcoin, if it finishes above 115,000, it finishes green. You know, I personally, friends, I would like it to finish red because it's a reset and it literally just resets everything. And, you know, it's the combos that the nasty ones, right, that you have to be careful about. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles. Now we're on the red one. Got some quite interesting news once again, friends. As I've told you, Jams Wynn, I don't know how he's made his money, friends, because he put on a leverage Ethereum and he got liquidated already, which is hilarious. We'll go through a bit of that shorter price action, a bit of close up. This is Ethereum on the monthly, back towards 4,100-ish. What I'm going to now do is just show you, there have been some CME gaps. We've actually come back towards this CME gap, which we have right here. This is it. We have a Bitcoin. This is Ethereum CME gap. It is at 4,096 pretty much around here. So did we close it? Well, technically we haven't closed it. It's just with 0.4%. Maybe we do come back down. We just poke it and we're ready to go up. That'd be quite the tell. But also, friendly reminder, we've got an actual gap here at 2,840. Does that mean we're going to go down now? No, it could be. Ethereum goes to 13,000 and then comes back down to 2,800 in the next bear market or something. We'll see. We'll see how that goes and plays out. Let's go look at the daily chart for Bitcoin and its CME gap as well, friends. We have actually closed it now. We've actually closed that Bitcoin CME gap. It was around here, 113,000. So here we are. Are there any ones that we have to worry about? No, not really. So, actually, check this out. Did we close this gap, friends? No, we didn't. $91,000. Huh. 92,000. I wonder if we go through that, we come back in the next bear market. I remember talking about that gap, I think, when it happened. Yeah, so it's very possible Bitcoin goes to whatever, 200K, and then it comes back down in the next bear market. We'll see. Now, if I show you the Bitcoin daily chart, it is doing that skitsy action, friends. If you remember, when I showed you blockchain backers Fractal, okay, it was doing this retest, and then it was basically meant to go up only. Or meant to go up only, and then we crash and it's all over. It's interesting how we broke here and then we've rejected, friends. Literally one green candle, bang, we just rejected right back down. We've come in. So I like seeing that, right? I like just seeing people get thrown off, friends, because I've been waiting and just waiting and waiting and waiting for that moment where we're going to start to see people who think they have a good read of stuff, where they actually start to move the goalposts and like, oh, let's move the goalposts once again. And then we're like, oh, man, why did I think this was going to finally be the fractal that worked out? It never happens. Should have known better. This is Bitcoin on the weekly chart. The 21 EMA is 107,000. It's very possible that it always comes back and nicks it. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like, who cares about that 4, 5, 6%? We don't really care about that. This business cycle has literally been taking forever to crank on up. This is Bitcoin on its Bitcoin dominance as well. Still moving down slowly. Nothing like a big collapse, which is pretty much what we want to see. You don't want to see the big collapse because that means it's the final 50 days, and we're not ready for that yet. Now, I'm going to show you the global liquidity fractal with BTC, friends. My friend Carlin Tarks Crypto likes to show this chart a lot. You got it from Raul Powell. So this is the global liquidity fractal. You notice how we are doing a ticky part down. Yeah, man. I did say, I go, look, man, if there was a predator out there, okay, like a child predator, all you got to do is, everyone's expecting this to go up only. All of us say 150K Bitcoin plus, because they're all following the global M2. you know all you got to do is slap this thing down, man. You know that they're all leveraged long. And by the way, like James Wynn just showing you just a bit of the symptom of people like being turbo leveraged long. So what you'll notice as well, friends, if you go listen to interviews and just talking to people, you check out Twitter, you'll see people's commentary. What they'll say is, they'll say, no one's got rich this cycle. This is nothing like last time. People actually getting rich last time. What's happening? What's happening? And everyone tries to make their own like excuse about why. But you already know why. I've told you 50,000 times. It's the business cycle, okay? But what we'll also see is, friends, so a lot of people, we're in altcoins, yeah? A lot of people are really scared. Yeah, because they don't believe. You know, and it's hard. I know, because when you see pump fund tokens rug every literally 16 minutes, right? I know it makes everyone scared, okay? But, you know, scared money don't make money. So all these people who are watching all the rugs, they basically have now this, they've got real PTSD in their brain. They don't want to hold anything. You know what I mean? If you look at the pimple face kid in the LA Vape Cabal, when they say they hold something, it's 30 minutes. Yeah, the little pimple face kid, their median hold time is 7 to 14 seconds of a coin, right? It's just, it's rubbish. Yeah, it's an abomination. So they don't believe in anything, right? And it's just a product of their environment. So for us looking at it, what can we do? Well, here's the thing, okay? You don't know the future, but I'm just telling you, it is different. See, what's actually happened is, this is how the market, the psychology is shifted, because people learn. That's what makes markets difficult. Some of you friends, some of you build bridges in your spare time. Some of you work on cranes. You build buildings, right? Some of you are doctors and surgeons, right? When someone comes in, maybe they've got oranges stuck in the wrong places of their body, and you've got to like remove them with a surgical tool. Okay, you do the same procedure every time, right? Markets are different. They're constantly evolving. It's a game. It's a sport. Like you can't say, oh, let's basketball team. Let's keep running down the left side. They've got a really weak. Maybe they literally have one of Lord of the Rings gnomes there or something, right? Maybe you have a literal gnome on the basketball team, and he's trying to defend their left wing, whatever. Okay, yeah, but the next time you play them, maybe they have a giant there. Maybe they replace him. See what I mean? Like the game, people are always adapting and changing. It's the same thing in markets. But with markets, people are like, they stop doing what they think doesn't work, and they go move to something they think does work. Now, what they've actually been doing is shortening their time frame as well, right? And what you also notice is a lot of the people, they're like you have to use the word washed up. They're like washed up. They're not here grinding out all the hours anymore, because they're just, you know, it's been a long time for them, right? A lot of them lost the energy. You'll find they have a tendency to do leverage, yeah? Because in their mind, right, this is natural humans, better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Okay, so what's the devil they know? They know Bitcoin. Yeah, they know Bitcoin, they know Ethereum, they know these names, okay? And they try to develop like a feel of how it works, but actually it doesn't get you anywhere, because it depends who you're competing with, okay? Friends, I'm going to show you what Bitcoin's chart did in the last bull market. Look at literally just goes up only, okay? You literally can't get liquidated at all. Up, 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 up. And by the way, Elon Musk came here. Everyone thought it was over. Elon Musk came right here. He bought Bitcoin and they went up, 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 up. You see that? I remember, friends, this is where BitBoy turned 100K into $1 million or something. Or maybe 100K into like 800,000. And then he obviously lost it all gambling, okay? So see how this is up, up, up. See that? That's pretty much what happened. And if you actually go back in 2017, all right, see, look. It literally just, Bitcoin used to just do this. So if you're just doing leverage on Bitcoin, you see that? Just going up, 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 up. Okay, we don't have that now. Now, everyone is so desperate. Okay, if you go look at it now, okay, it looks like it's up only, but it ain't really. If we go and check it, look at this. You have these, look at this. Goes up, bang, 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 Trump, 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 tariffs. It's all over, right? And then like, look at this, friends. It does this triple bottom shit. You were not having it back then. You were not doing stuff like that. Back then, you were just like, beep, liquidation, go up. Liquidation. You just got to survive the liquidation, because that's what, you know, Arthur Hayes was just running the liquidations on BitMEX, right? You don't have that anymore because there's more players now, right? It's becoming more efficient. The market cap is bigger. So what they're meant to do is, which they don't know yet, what they're meant to do is to stop trading and start believing in something, but they're not going to do that, right? So you've seen a lot of people lost. And so obviously what they're doing is they're watching interviews of people out here on YouTube, and they're going, oh, how did this guy win? And then you watch it, there's literally zero alpha, just total wastes of time. People just giving generic advice, generic stuff, which literally helps you nothing. No one's giving you any edge whatsoever. Because here's the thing, man, like the edge is short term anyway. Everything's got a shelf life, right? You might say, well, Somi, does long-term investing have a shelf life? The thing is, yeah, it does, but look at its shelf life, bro. Lasts a whole cycle. A whole cycle. Not a whole day or a whole month, a whole cycle. You get it? Like you're buying low stuff that the market hasn't figured out. You know what I mean? Friends, like once upon a time, for example, like Ethereum is hated now. Yeah, Ethereum is absolutely hated now. Yeah, once upon a time, it was loved. Yeah, in 2021, 2022. Where's your edge there buying it in 2021? Everyone loves it. Everyone's using it. Everyone's saying it's the future. You get it? So if you're looking for shorts, for example, like shorting Ethereum now, you don't. It's not the same. It's not the same environment as it was back then. And like, mark my words, right? Everyone loves Bitcoin and stuff out here, but Bitcoin's not going to have this amazing aura. But I really think we're going to get to a point. We're going to play some Piper G music. We're going to moggle the non-believers, right? I think we are going to get to a point where people are going to see when Michael Saylor stops buying, Bitcoin dominance is going to start sinking. I think we're actually going to see that. Now, friends, let's crack on with some news. So, obviously, Bitcoin given a red emoji. We're still a brown shoe for meth. The forward-looking indicators for the business ISM still say we're due for the uptick higher soon. So I'm going to show you the chart. Thank you to Baby on my Telegram who sent me this. He knows who he is. Now, this is the financial conditions, okay? So, but I want to show you, this is international ISM. Okay, this is international. It's not just the USA one. The USA one is obviously better read, but I think this is the international one. This is above, actually, let me see it. I think this is at 50 or something. So financial conditions, what they do is they just get a model. They look at the pricing of today of the US bonds, oil, those interest rate expectations, which is in the US bonds. And they probably have a few cute other things they look at, but just basically prices of stuff, and they just look at the net change of them. And if they like soften things for us, it usually means, well, it does mean, you can see this correlate over time. If they soften things for us, it means in terms of like, oh, the US dollar went down, or oil's price went down, right? It means the next 6 to 9 months, we have a bit of an easier time in the economy, right? So the financial conditions, what you can do is like, if you lead it by like 6 to 12 months, 6 to 9 months, it's ticked up huge. Okay, so this is obviously the US dollar going down, but you can see this very stubborn ISM manufacturing, but it doesn't move one to one. You know what I mean? It takes a while for things to move up and down. You got these random news that appear in the world, but it's still on the uptick. Okay, it really is still on the uptick. And this is, I'm just showing you just another form of looking at the business cycle. It is the business cycle that I'm showing you. Pretty much all the forward-looking indicators are saying we're meant to go up. The thing is, though, man, we thought, you know, it was going to go up. It was going to go up. It was going to go. Where the hell are you, man? You're still going down forever. And that's why a lot of people believe, you know, as well, that it's either over or something's different. Man, it's just taken a very, very, very long time. And, you know, it might be as simple as the interest rates. It might be that. We just don't know. We don't know until basically everything ticks over and everyone's going to dress up a new narrative anyway. Now, friends, crowd favorite, Jams Wynn. You love to fade him. He has deposited $20,000 into HyperLiquid, which is a decentralized Bybit exchange. He deposited 20K, and then he immediately enters a leverage long on Ethereum. And he does a 25x leverage Ethereum. Which is, friends, don't do this stupid shit. Do you understand? We're trading the most volatile assets. Friends, if you're leveraged 25x, yeah, the exchange will liquidate you on a 3.2% move down. Like literally bang. And by the way, he got liquidated 9 hours later. Okay, he literally got liquidated 9 hours later. I'm just going to show you how funny this is. So you can actually see it right here. I don't know what this guy's thinking, but yeah, he gets long right here. Yes, he gets long like right here, and then literally we just like U-turn all the. You want to know what's funny? Actually, I just realized this. Okay, friends, he got long. This is just how short term this guy is. Okay. He gets long here, and then it slightly moves up. And right here, he starts bull posting about alt season. He starts tweeting. He goes, alt season is coming. And then, I just liquidates him. There you go. 4,150 was his liquidation price. I think he's got most of his position out. I think he's got residual thing here at like 4,113. So he's got like a tiny bit of position out here. So it's just if it drops a couple of dollars, just... See, friends, you shouldn't be doing this stuff. Going after this leverage, it's too competitive, bro. There's not enough new money coming in. And everybody is trying to chase the 2021 feeling of up only as well, which you know is going to end up bad for them because they don't want to do the hard work, right? Also, big news, friends. We've got some cracker news today. 1-inch exchange, okay? 1-inch exchange, which is not just the size of your washing peg, okay? 1-inch exchange, they're a DEX aggregator, right? They've launched an update, okay? So they let you swap, you know, Binance and Polygon and Ethereum, different coins, right? They just hook up to the basically Uniswap and all the DEXs, aggregate everything. So they now have added Soylana and the EVM stuff, which is interesting, right? Now they're starting to like merge all the liquidity and everything out here. Don't know why it took them so long. But yeah, so pretty much everything's starting to do this cross-chain stuff. And also, speaking of Soylana, friends, I just want to quickly show you something. So I was watching our friend Ivan. I was watching Ivan's show. Make sure always likey, Ivan. I was watching Ivan, but I couldn't help but notice, and maybe he didn't do this on purpose, but there was about, from minute 14, friends, it was 17 minutes of, oh no, actually more now. I'm looking at it now. 19 minutes of just Ethereum FUD. 19 minutes. Gosh. It's quite insane. It's half the show, 50% of the show, pretty much. I know people don't, you know, maybe just, you know, talking off the cuff and stuff, but it's just wild. Basically, 50% of the show was just fudding Ethereum. FUD. And I just want to tell you something, friends. I can prove my point in 2 seconds. So there's this, you know, I'm not going to say the names actually because a lot of these people watch me. Okay. I'll just say his name, Marty Farty. Marty Farty watches my show. He's a Bitcoin maxi and a Soylana maxi. Didn't I tell you, friends? Like he's like this. It's a stock standard position. I love Bitcoin. I love Soylana because I love Bitcoin because it's max decentralization. I love Soylana because it's max fast. Okay, that's pretty much the thinking with most people, and that's why you can see Sol ETH got crushed. Right, everybody was turbo max long into it. Now here's the thing: when it comes to technology, friends, I know it's very easy to get flooded out because you and we don't know about tech. Like you come in, what's a blockchain? What's finality? What's decentralization? I got no idea. You know what I mean? Up and down transaction because you think it's like a car, right? You think, okay, a car that can finish the race in 30 seconds is better than the car that can finish the race in 50 seconds, right? That's how you think that everything is modeled off that, but it's actually not. Okay, and all you have to do, you ever heard of a coin ranking site like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko? You can literally go here and I can prove it to you in 2 seconds. Okay, how much technology does Bitcoin have? Zero. Effectively zero. Can't do smart contracts on it. Can't do stable coins. Can literally do nothing on it. All you can do is send it to somebody else. That's all you can do. Okay. XRP has basically negative technology if you look at it, okay? XRP, friends, look at it. It's the 3rd biggest in the world, market cap, okay? Ripple dumps on them. They have, friends, XRP, they've copy-pasted Tether stablecoin and it lives on Ethereum, which is the funniest part. Because the XRP chain, what they call XRP ledger, it's only got 44 daily users. I'm not making that number up. It literally has 44 daily users, friends. I'm at a thread here. I was going to make a video, but I thought, a whole video just to tell you there's 44 daily users. So no one's using the chain, right? And what about their technology? There's no technology. There's no XRP standard. It's not listed at banks. And they had to capitulate, and now they just copy-paste the Ethereum tech. They use the Ethereum DEX. They use the Uniswap formula. They finally capitulated after they made the $1 billion. Doesn't matter, no. Because what matters is the community, bro. The community is the asset, not the code. Okay, so if you see, friends, how is XRP still twice, say, Soylana, right? By the way, how is Cardanzo in the top 10, 31 billion? Friends, literally Cardanzo Pulse Chain, which is only 700 million market cap, is doing 10 times the daily volume of Cardanzo, 10 times activity. Yeah, you see what I mean? So what's going on here? Well, and look, friends, with Dogecoin has zero activity, literally zero. No one uses the chain for anything. It's literally just holding it on exchange. Okay. So what's going on here? Well, people's concepts about how they value a chain, okay, obviously is wrong. The market is right. They keep saying the market's wrong, the market's wrong, the market's wrong. I'm saying, no, I think the market's right, bro. I think the market's right. It's valued like a digital nation. It's Metcalfe's law. People are buying patches of grass now based off how popular they think the patch of grass will be in 5 years. It doesn't matter if you have the fastest technology speed thing right now. Friends, you got to remember as well, why did we make crypto in the first place? To remove middlemen. And Richard Hart says that all the time. We made crypto to remove middlemen. Okay, if the whole point is to remove middlemen, why do you think you deserve a sky-high valuation just because you're making things faster and more centralized? We're basically doing a Web 2 Amazon server at the end of the day, because there's a spectrum of them, right? So, like, why even bother doing a crypto thing? If you're just going to have a fast, centralized sequencer thing, just go make a Web 2 thing. But this is the same for everyone. So everyone's got their own approach. You see what I mean? Just like different countries, friends. Different countries, you don't have to have different geographical advantages or disadvantages. Some of them live in the desert. Some people are near the water, near the beaches, right? Some people have lush green areas. Some people it's really, really cold, really, really hot. You see what I mean? It's different areas. And then the countries have different tax rates. Yeah, some taxes are high, some taxes are low, right? They have different GDP equivalents of each country. They have different immigration rates, different businesses that compose stuff. For example, Thailand, friends, what do? Okay, Thailand, obviously big in tourism. We go there, we love ties, okay? Maybe you find some shirts there too. We love ties, we love underpants. We especially love ties. You go to Thailand, big tourism industry. You know, are there other countries like, you know, the land of Greenland doesn't have a big tourism industry, okay? It just has green land there, which is great to look at, but you don't have ties there. You get it? So if you go to Italy, what are you doing there? You're having bolognese, you're having yummy spaghetti. See what I mean? So different countries have different advantages, disadvantages. That's exactly what's happening in crypto. Okay, but if it's like saying, Dubai has a 0% tax rate, therefore its GDP should be better and bigger than America. No. You see what I mean? There's more things that make it. So what you end up finding is people write really long essays to FUD other stuff. When really what they look, friends, you know what, I was reading my friend Marty Farty. I was reading that long essay on Ivan's show for like 19 minutes, and all I'm thinking about is, bro, you are so offside on this. It's not funny. That's all. All I could say. I'll just show you that. Show you it. So I have it here, like a very just long to the death threat reply, guys. You know,
not the issue. This is what Marty Farty is saying, and is by the way my view as well. That ETH layer 1. It's fantastic, and it would be nice if they scaled it, but...
So it's pretty much, you know, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it really, friends, I swear, when I was a wee boy, it really reminds me, because I had no idea how tech or code works or anything, it reminds me of all the stuff I'd hear about other operating systems besides Windows. You know, I just hear about Windows is trash, slow, bugs, viruses, Linux is better, all this, and look at this. It's a network effect, man. Yeah, it really does come down to that. And look at this, friends. I'm just showing you. This is Sol ETH. Look, I hope this thing bounces up. I really do. There's just one thing I don't think you're... I think you just have to appreciate that you're fading this guy. Do you know what I mean? And I use guy loosely here because I don't know what he is, but he's definitely not human. You get it? Like, look at him. This... look, friend, this is the craziest part. Because Soylana had a 1.75 run, it's starting to make people think that Vitalik is retardio. He really is. It's making them think that. They're like, I don't think he thought this through. They're like, oh, because of this, because of that. I don't know, man. Maybe he can just see something you can't. Right? You know what opened my mind as well, friends? What opened my mind? Seeing StableCoin SuperCycle play out and then realizing Richard Hart thought of this 4 years ago, okay? Seeing the guy's thinking about StableCoin SuperCycle in 2021, and then here we are in 2025. Stablecoins are the biggest narrative in crypto today. Do you see what I mean? Like, this is the thing, friends. Friends, that's why I've told you, man. Look, if you look at the bell curve, friends, the bell curve, very important for bell curve meme. Because of your IQ and stuff out here. Friends, the most dangerous IQ to have is around 100 to 115. Okay, it's literally the most dangerous IQ because if you're over 100, you know, I'm smarter than half the population at least. So you get a bit of an ego boost, okay? And then you see them fail and do things wrong, but you think that you have a chance against a 140 IQ person. You don't. You don't. None of us do. Okay, trust me, you don't. You think you do, you got no chance. They're constantly friends. These are the people writing these complicated essays, mid-curve, attacking things. They're the ones that get wrecked, friends. They are. Because, friends, it's funny. The genius visionaries, they're thinking about the bottom of the bell curve because it's like, oh, 50% of the population. I've got to think about that part, right? Whereas everybody in this 100 to 120 IQ area, 115, it's only a small sliver, and they think everybody thinks like them, but they don't. Okay, so as you get older, you start to realize that, you know, the richest people in the world, they're not coming out making some like weird, esoteric, small niche stuff, right? They're not doing stuff like that. They're like, you know, they're appealing to like, you know, the most numbers of people, right? So really, I don't know how this all plays out, but I'll tell you right now, man, it just feels weird, man. There's like a 19-minute. You know what basically what it felt like, a 19-minute FUD session on Ethereum. It felt like, hey, this thing is going down 50%. Basically, friends, look, I'll just spell it out for you, okay? Everyone fighting Ethereum now, okay? They were the same people who said, oh, your thing is going down, you should sell. It's not working. But now, because it's their coin, they're saying, no, the thesis is still good. The thesis is still good. It's still good. It's still good. It's still fine. It's exactly what I've been telling you for the past, literally, friends, since day one, OG, your friend Swami here, aka me, since day one. Okay, friends, they're literally just describing the candles of the color, the candle of the color, the candle color. That's it. Everyone's playing this dopamine game, man. All right, everyone's succumbing to these emotions. Everyone. So, like, you know, when I see literally 19-minute segments on fighting Ethereum, I'm like, oh, so you're telling me all I got to do is like stay bullish and I'm contrarian now? Like, it's throwing it at you, right? It's just funny. So we'll see how it all plays out, okay? But I want to share that for you just to get some introspective because you're going to see more of that coming later on. Now, friends, Wyoming have become the first US state to launch a stablecoin, FRNT. Almost sounds like fart not. It's backed by US dollars and treasuries, which is just, you know, government fiat. Not yet available to the public. So we're starting to see it. StableCoin SuperCycle. Remember, if there's a ping pong SuperCycle alongside that, that means PDI is destined for greatness. It will be the world's first natively decentralized ping pong coin. And why do we need it? It's because, friends, you need a stable coin, in quotes, ping pong coin. You need it native for your chain. Because if you don't, and everybody is hooking up all this stuff from all these bridges, and remember, Richard Hart is planning for world adoption. Yeah, so he wants everybody of every chain to hook up to us. Okay. What happens when one of their bridge gets hacked? One of their bridge fails. What do people do? You've lost all your money. It's all gone. Literally, the whole chain, by the way, blows up. Yeah, literally, the whole chain blows up, friends. Because the bridge is all gone. Okay, you got nothing there. All the value's gone. So what do? Well, if you had a natively decentralized stablecoin, you don't have to hold their other currency. Now you have something that doesn't have risk. Just like Ethereum, friends. If let's say there's like critical attacks out there in cryptocurrency lands out there. Yeah, if you hold ETH on ETH chain, you're fine. You get it? Okay, but see, most people don't think about this, friends, because you and I, you're citizens in a country. You care about getting oranges from the orange juice fountain. You care about buying a squeaky chair today. All right, you care about buying crayons from your local supermarket store and Band-Aids, of course. That's what we care about. But when someone's like a leader, like the mayor, he's thinking, hey, how do I fend from the goblins and the trolls, right? And you know, the big giants who want to come try attack us, Godzilla style. How do I defend against them in the next 20 years? Okay, not 20 days, 20 years. How do I make it last? How do I fortify things? You see, if you thought more like this, then you'd see more eye to eye. SharpLink have bought 144,000 Ethereum again. They now have 740,800 Ethereum, which is great. Of course, we have the crypto treasury SuperCycle. They're adding meth onto it. MetaMask, friends, which is a very trash wallet, says they will now support Justin Sun's Tron network. Well done to Justin Sun. So a lot of you friends have problems. I use MetaMask too. Okay, so use MetaMask and install Rabby and install Internet Money Wallet. And then, yeah, if one blows up, use the other one. That's just what happens because there's a lot of... I don't know how MetaMask made $120 million and they have an absolute abomination still connection. It's just absolute trash. But I guess it's good. You know, they're supporting, you know, Bitcoin and Soylana. That's what the future is going to be with all these wallets. Every wallet supports everything. Okay. Ethereum ETF inflows were bigger than Bitcoin again. 197 million up to Bitcoin 120 million, which is great news, but you're not going to hear about it in many places because everybody is turbo leverage long Bitcoin and turbo leverage long soy. Algorand have paid Cointelegraph for a media post to report on their 2025 roadmap, but nobody cares. Now, why did I put that, friends? Is it because you and I are friends? Let's play some angel music. Let's just swim to the next section comfortably. We are friends, and we are swimming to the next scene. Friends, Algorand's got one of the best tech. Did you know that? Did you know that? Algorand's one of the fastest tech. It's literally made by chess tournament maxis. Who cares? No one. Nobody gives a shit. Literally nobody, okay? It's just, imagine I told you, hey, there's an African voodoo tribe literally in the middle of African Saharan desert. 0% income tax. 0% business tax. And you can marry 7 women if you really want to. All right? Wow. Let me go there. Yeah, but you're in the middle of a desert, dude. No one wants you. No one wants to be there. You get it? It's not just about the tech. Learn from XRP Army. It's about the network. Okay? It's the people in the network. And you know what? Tom Lee, he's buying meth. So check this out as well, friends. Google have bought more of Bitcoin miner TerraWolf with a 14% stake now. So Google, Apple, Crapple, they're all watching. They're all entering in their own way. I don't know if Crapple's going to do anything. They're very, very slow, especially with their AI. So we'll see how it all plays out. Robinhood have listed Pui, which no one cares about, except, or friends, I have to make it more obvious for you. Friends, when you hear about Pui, they are paying all the influencers. Okay, they have allocation. I made videos for you last year on this. Yeah, I went through their pie chart. I showed you, they have big allocations for KOLs. They have all these unlocks. We'll check all the unlocks, dude. You know what I mean? Okay, yeah, Pui. I like Poo. Yeah, Poo and Wee. Wow, that's great. Yes, they're all getting paid, dude. News flash, Pui, very high odds, not going to be relevant in about 2.5 years in the next bear market. Okay, we all know it, and everyone's shilling. It's funny, the same KOLs shilling Pui, they're the same people who say, be a mercenary, take profit, nothing lasts, Bitcoin only. They say stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, but you're shilling this stuff. We go, oh yeah, but dump it in the bull. So like, I'm just trying to help you, friends. That's why I'm not an insider. I'm never going to be on these insiders. I don't want to be there, but you literally the things that come out of their mouths are so incongruent, which means they don't match up with like everything else they preach. It just, I don't know, man. I just can't do that. Other people want to sell their soul like that. Go sell your soul. I just think it takes a toll on you in other ways that they can't basically measure right now. If you are in Japan, ni hao. Japan's 3D printed housing firm Libwork Co. announced adopting Bitcoin as a corporate treasury. So they're going to buy 3.3 million of Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. Now, friends, our baby dolls over there in Japan, they are, I think Bitcoin's actually their official second currency. They're really, really into crypto over there. But also with Japan, friends, I found it interesting. It's a 3D printing housing firm. Man, are they going to print houses in the future? That's going to be wild. That's probably going to be the housing thing FUD later on. More news as well. The Antichrist, Peter Thiel, he has an exchange called Bullish, which is just a dog shit trash name. Especially coming from the Antichrist, right? That's like Satan. Satan has a football team, and the football team is called the Lovers. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. You're the devil. It doesn't make sense. Okay, Peter Thiel Bullish. Friendly reminder as well, he went into a crowd of the Bitcoin conference people in 2021, and he said he's going to buy more Bitcoin. He doesn't own enough, and he's really, really bullish on it, and it was literally at the top. And then on his private jet on the way home, literally 48 hours later, he called up his broker, and he sold all like $1.8 billion of Bitcoin. He said just dump it all. Literally didn't keep anything, okay? And that was revealed in the hedge fund. So I reported on that. Unfortunately, there was only like 3 people left in the bottom of the June 2022 collapse. So no one was really he left in crypto because everything had pretty much been zeroed out from the liquidations. But I just got to remind you, you can't trust anything coming out of this snake's mouth. Peter Thiel, his bullish exchange, they got a 1.15 billion in IPO. They've settled in stablecoins though. making the first use of stablecoins in the US. Awesome. Awesome to see. Good. StableCoin SuperCycle. More news here for you, friends. Today, the OCC says community banks can partner with stablecoin companies to drive innovation and offer new products. Comptroller, so he's got Troller in his surname, in his name. Jonathan Good says stablecoins offer these institutions a new way to serve your community payments. Interesting. So you can partner with stablecoin companies. So look, stablecoins friends. Stablecoins. They take your money. They go buy US treasuries. They keep the yield. They give you zero. Okay, if you hold your stablecoin, you're a cuck. That's why I want a ping pong coin that gives me fees. I heard that, fees. Maybe it translates into yield, but we can't call it yield because that's regulated. Okay, it's called fees, friends. Fees. Bo Hines has left the White House to join Tether. So remember, Bo Hines, he's the young kid with the, he's a Norwood Zero White House dude. He's young, he's like his mid-20s as well. He's, he's like in part of ASS, digital ASS. That's right, the crypto digital ASS thing in the White House. Now he's gone on to join Tether. Why? Because Tether, friends, they're going to have to make a new stablecoin for US of A only. It's got to have like his extra compliance and regulation stuff. So they're probably going to go set up another company. And like I said, StableCoin SuperCycle. It's all happening. And it's crime season, baby. Goldman Slugs have expected the US Fed to cut interest rates 3 times before the year end. But I just want to see what's priced into the market. Have you noticed, friends, everything's always get priced in? Have you noticed that they've literally followed the rule book every single time when it comes to all of these rates? There's never been a surprise. Well, right now, there is an 86% chance of a rate cut. You want to know what's interesting about this? Is how trash, useless Polymarket is for some reason. Polymarket is trading at 77% odds, but the liquidity is not that much. Probably like if you hit a couple of 100K or something, it'll like move it. So 86% chance of a rate cut. I think there's, most odds for 2 to 3 cuts by the end of the year. Friendly reminder as well, friends. Friendly dangerous reminder. So the FB Fancy Banana investigators have logged 5.8 billion in crypto fraud losses for 2024. So I just want to take this time out. Please check the Telegram username, okay? There is a fake imposter scum Somi. Instead of Somi my username is at Somi Telegram, Telegram. And I just butchered that, but I'll write it here for you. See Telegram, friends? See, I have, it's TEL, okay? Fake scum uses TE capital I. Do you see that? That's what they do. They make the, see, this is not an L. This is actually a capital I. Okay, if I show you the L, that's what it looks like. Okay, for here, see, there's a difference. So they play on people not doing that, and they have a fake Liberty Swap Finance Telegram. Also, just to let you know, don't. It's not me DMing you to send you money. It's not me DMing you for, telling you about some mad new opportunity. A lot of people get scammed by these. Just please be careful. Yeah, there's a lot of fraud, friends. We're going to see it crank up because it's crypto, I reported this on yesterday, but we've got to remind you of this as well. So, friends, Michael Saylor, we're now starting to see, do you remember I told you the Ponzi MicroStrategy? I told you it's got no off button. Okay, we're now starting to see, it's like the start of, Anakin Skywalker slowly starts to sniff chairs and turn over to the dark side, right? So dark side means you're sniffing chairs without asking the person for permission, right? He's just like, oh, I'm going to sniff everyone's chair, right? Anakin Skywalker, friends, right here. He's starting to turn dark. See this? I am starting to turn dark. Yeah, Michael Chad Saylor this is like step 1. He's just started. So a month ago, not even 2 weeks ago, they made a company policy. They go, don't worry, we're not going to dilute your MicroStrategy shares if the NAV is trading below 2.5. Okay? That's just 2 weeks ago. Oh my gosh, it ticked down again. It's down to 1.34. Oh my gosh, it's actually going to happen. All right, so see 1.34. So what happened was it was 2.5, and then 2 weeks later, which is just yesterday, he makes a post. He says, we bought more Bitcoin. And then in the reply, he doesn't make a new post for this. He knows what he's doing. He's turning to the dark side. In the reply, he says, oh, by the way, we updated our company conditions. Right? And if you check the company conditions, they added a point. They go, okay, We're not going to dilute under 2.5 unless there's a good opportunity. So they leave the door open for people to do that, right? So a lot of people have made these essays. They go, that's it, I'm done. Some people are actually taking losses on it and stuff as well. So you can actually see as now, friends, we can look at the MicroStrategy to BTC ratio. It looks like it's rolling over a bit. This is it, man. This is it. This is it. So remember, why is it important? It's because, look, if you are holding MicroStrategy or any of these treasury company stocks, you are sexually confused and you just haven't come out of the closet yet, okay? You're just too scared to admit that you're here for green candles. You know what I mean? They haven't woken up to that fact yet. See, we're living a free life here, over here in altcoin land. We know altcoins are the infrastructure of Bitcoin. That's where the high growth is. But people, they're too scared to straight go, no. I'm here for the, because what are they doing, friends? When you're buying the stock on Bitcoin, you're getting leverage on it. You're accessing leverage, okay? You're not in the spot anymore. And they're like dressed to go, no, but I'm hiding behind a Bitcoin logo. No, Habib. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I know your eyes are closed, but you're still gay because you're with a dude right now. Get out of the closet. They're just this. We know you're all coming. I'm telling you, friends. You know the nav, it's going down. That's what's happening. Over time, they're gonna realize they were actually just altcoiners the whole time. But that's used as a derogatory word in Bitcoin maxi land, and obviously because the Bitcoin dominance is so high. But it's gonna be funny. So they're watching now. Michael Saylor be like, oh, we want to be more leverage. So, oh, man. Here we go. VanEck have said they still stick by 180K Bitcoin by the end of the year. We'll see. Never know. Maybe we hit 200K end of the year. And then maybe by Feb next year, it pumps up to 240. And everyone thinks the cycle's gone forever. But then we finish June red. Maybe. That's all I see, some sort of trap. But we'll see. Ethereum company ETHZilla has unveiled and rebranded to trade on the NASDAQ. And they acquired 94,000 Ethereum. Also, friends, just to let you know, so 2% of Ethereum supply is owned by the companies out here. And we have Charmly, friends. Charmly has said Ethereum is where Wall Street and AI are converging. Interesting. But if you listen to, say, Ivana or anyone else out here, they laugh at the idea. Or Marty Farty. They go, ha. Ethereum has no transactions, or the finality, or the Ethereum layer 2 model is trash and you can't build on it. This is all the old stuff. Look, man. Something, friends, look, I'll just tell you something, okay? When you're a retardio like me, you learn a few things along the way, okay? You see like a Richard Hart or a Sergey Nazarov or a Vitalik. You see these geniuses come out and they do something. But because it's been so many years, you see the crowd start to doubt them. And it's just like Elon Musk. There was a point everybody doubted him. They go, he can't innovate and do anything anymore. But then over time, they just show you why they're not human, man. They're just not human. They find the solution, dude. They trust me, they find the solution. And then you're like, oh, why did I doubt the billionaire who's infinitely smarter than me? It always comes down to that. That's why, friends, if you're in the 100 to 115 IQ area, that is the worst zone to be in. Because, like I said, you're smarter than half the population, but you're a bit too smart for your own good. Because you think you just, I can put, like, oh, what's 20 IQ points? I'm 115. What's a 135 guy going to do to me? That's what they'll do to you, pretty much, okay? You can actually see it by the bell curve. There's only 2% of people there, and then you're stuck with like the 30%. So you're, man, people are going to learn the hard way, friends. That's what it comes down to. So where are we going to go from here? Well, it's taken a bit, isn't it? It's taken a bit of time for this Bitcoin Pumpy G price action up. Well, friendly reminder as well, friends, everyone is still thinking about the 4-year cycle. We'll see what happens, man. I'm still long and strong. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.